Hi, Brian, ZL3XDJ. Turn that light out, I think. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. This evening we are just in the shack. Not doing too much. We've had one or two QSOs on 20 meters. One which was quite satisfying with the old little QCX mini running 5 watts, and managed to get into Denmark with Oscar Victor 1 Charlie Delta X-ray. So on 5 watts, so that he has got quite a good setup, and he's got a good antenna. So obviously he was doing most of the work. In between heavy rain and sunshine and snow today, we've had a mixture of everything. I was just going across a few emails I had with regard the antennas I'm using, which is just a simple 3-element vertical antenna. One is driven element, and the other two are just parasitic reflectors. Three simple 5-meter painting poles stood behind each other, firing long path. Without any sort of proper what can I say, computer software and so forth to actually plot them all and see what they're doing. We just did a basic test some time ago where I just compared the three vertical antennas up against the original single vertical antenna that I had, just to see the difference. And so that's basically what I'm going to do here. Just have a quick look around 20 meters, CW and sideband, and over here I've got a wee switch, antenna switch I made up, just simply with a relay inside. So we'll be switching between the 3-element vertical and a single element vertical. The single element vertical is quite a distance away from the array, and the single element's got about I think it's got about 12 radials at the bottom of it, so it's quite efficient. But we just want to see the difference in maybe single strength on the radio, but mainly just the audio and the reception, just to give an idea that if you have got a vertical antenna, and the vertical antenna doesn't need a lot of room. I actually put one vertical antenna up in a 4 square meter area with radials, which is a previous video, and it worked really well. So you don't need a lot of even along a back fence. You know, if you have a back fence along the garden or something like that, you can put some verticals up. So this is just, as I say, it's just a quick look. Have a listen. The bands are fairly quiet as always. You know, when you sort of want to make a little video or whatever, you find that the bands are not very good. But we'll just have a listen round. So here we are in the shack itself. We just got the TS4 excuse me, TS480HX running a couple of 100 watts, and as I say, outside we've got the 3-element parasitic vertical antenna, which is firing long path, and I think and we've got a single element which is resonant on 20 meters with a few radials, and I think they're about 15 meters apart, just across the garden. So let's just have a listen round, see what we can hear here. So we're looking on 20 meters CW just quickly, and just have a Let me see. It's just getting dark here outside, so the grey line is just about on top of it here. And what I'm actually hoping is, because of the 3-element array firing long path, obviously it tends to knock a lot of the noise down on the band, which is a good thing to start with. So when you come across a signal, hopefully you've got a quiet band and the signal just pops straight out, which is quite good. This might not be the case this evening, as I say, because the band is really quiet, but let's have a look. So we've got a signal there, which is United Romeo signal, and we're on the 3-element at the moment. And it'll just we've got a November 1 station there on the 3-element, and we'll just switch over to the single element now. Still there, but obviously fairly quiet. Back to the 3-element. Amazing that there's no signal on the S meter, and we're not using we're not reducing RF gain or anything like that. It's just the way the conditions are at the moment. Let's have a look up the band. Nice to meet you, he said. Not sure who he is yet. I'll let you know as soon as he sends his call. That's on the 3-element anyway. We'll switch over to the 1-element now. And back up to the 3-element. Kilo Alpha station. And the sugar mic. Let's just keep tracking up the band. See if we've not many stations on today, but somebody calling CQ, Italy, an Italian station, I think it was. Quite good audio on these stations, but as you notice, there's not much on the S meter. Three element, switch over to the single element now. And back up to the 3-element. Sugar mic 4 station on the 3-element, switch over to the single element now. And he's disappeared. So we're still on the single element now. Switch over to the 3-element now. And back to the single element. Still hear him, but yeah, obviously weaker. So as I said, just to refresh, the 3-element is just three. It's actually 3 painting poles, 5 meters long. One of them is driven at the front, and I've got 2 reflectors 5 meter steps behind the driven element firing long path, and just obviously the parasitic reflectors are not actually connected to each other or the driven element. They're just parasitic reflectors, and but making roughly about I sort of consider about 2 S points roughly. Let's just let me just move up the sideband and we'll have a quick look there. We'll just quickly step up and have a look, see what's going on. So we're still on the 3 element vertical array, and where are we? 14084. So we'll wander up a wee bit, see what stations we find. Fairly quiet. So this is Paul, I think, which is Echo Alpha 5 Juliet X-ray, I think it is, I'm not sure. In Spain is always a very, very strong signal. So that's the 3 element listening to him now, and he's got a huge signal on the S meter. So we'll just drop down to the single element now. So his audio is still good. Single strength. See if we can get a good ride out. Just go back to the 3 element now. Another station, not sure who he is. Switch over to the single element. There's Paul. So Paul's about a 5 and 7 on the 3 element, and down to about a 5 and 4, 5 and 5 on the single element. So it makes a nice difference. That's Joanne, Echo Alpha 3 Bravo Oscar X-ray. Good signal. Still on the 3 element. We'll just switch to the 1 element now. Audio is still quite good, and on the meter is, as I say, same as usual. It's gone down about 2 S points. So anyway, that's just a quick look around the bands, and again, as I say, I was just simply doing some tests with just on reception mainly. A few stations on the band, but not that busy, to be honest. That's the wee video for this evening, and as I say, it's just a quick video. Just have a listen around the bands from this side of the world, which is a very, very simple antenna to put up. Probably, you know, I just have 3 elements fastened to a fence, 5 meters behind each other, and firing a long path. Main reason for firing long path is probably I don't get up early enough to work short path, but short path tends to be fairly quiet here on this side of the world compared to long path anyway. Just shows, you know, that, as I say, I think the 3 element array, I think it cost me, I think it was about $3 for a painting pole, 5 meter painting pole. Literally just stood on the ground with some radials around them, and so $9 for a 3 element beam basically, which gives me overall. I've had this antenna up for quite a few weeks now, and overall I get about 2 S points gain on transmit and receive long path. So, and the antennas, the antenna elements themselves are literally just stuck in the trees. You know, they're not out in the open or on their own. You know, they're near buildings, they're near fences, as you can see in the pictures. But they seem to work quite well. And if you've got any bit of garden like that where you can put them against a fence or stick them in a bush or in a tree or behind a building or whatever, it doesn't seem to make much difference where they are. They still give me, as I say, 2 S points gain on transmit and receive. And earlier, as I said, using the QCX Mini on 5 watts on the 3-element vertical 5 watts. I think I got a 5 and 4, 5 and 5 signal report on CW from Denmark. So, and at the time, there was nothing on the single vertical of that strength for me to work that station. So, because the propagation just hadn't got going then. So, anyway, there we go. A little insight. We'll be keeping inside and keeping warm tonight because we've got snow outside and we've got 2 degrees. It's been quite wild and windy overnight, and I think the next couple of days is going to be in the shack, I think, and we'll see what we can find on the band. Thanks for watching anyway, and I hope you enjoyed a little look from this side of the world into this wee little station that I have here. As I say, I'm not going to apologise for bad. You know, I haven't got any flash cameras. Just got a cell phone. I've got no big radios. I've got no amplifiers. I've got no commercial antennas, anything like that. It's all just simple stuff. Throw it together, and it is. You know what it is what you say. There's it's really simple, and for any people that's just trying to get on the air, especially if they can master CW, you know, you can get one of these wee little CW 5 watt radios, and you can get on the air. I think they only cost about $29. So, you know, if you're just getting your license and you want to get on the air and you want to have a bit of fun, you don't have to spend thousands on big antennas and beams and amplifiers and everything. You can do that, of course. You know, if you've got a lot of money and you want to do that, you go for it by all means. You know, you'll get a lot of fun out of it. You're not necessarily guaranteed to still work, you know, 18,000 miles round to Denmark because you've got a big antenna or a big amplifier. A lot still, you know, it still depends on the time of day, the grey line, and the propagation on the radio at the time. So, you know, but if you want to start off just with a minimum type of radio station and have some fun, you know, as I said, this is CW, but there's a lot of QRP radios out there, and I think the guy Walt Kilo 4 Oscar Golf Oscar's video channel shows many great DX QSOs he's had with relatively priced radio equipment. So, you know, you don't have to spend a fortune to get on the air when you get your license. Just get on the air and have some fun. Thanks again, and take care. Hope to hear you on the air. That would be really good. This is Brian, ZL3XDJ, on a cold winter's night in South Island, New Zealand. Wishing you all the best. Cheers. Bye.